Hi, I'm Don, and this is The Hobbyist Geek. Today, we are continuing our R2 build. We have issue 98 right here. We have some parts, not a lot of parts here. Well, let's just crack it open. Let's see what we got. And here are the parts we get with this issue. We've got a couple of head sensor housing buffers, the head sensor housing top and the base, the ultrasound sensor cover, a couple of circuit board supports, some lens cover seals, and some mounting washers, along with a whole bunch of screws and washers. Alright, for the first part of this, we're going to put the camera into the dome. So we're going to take the camera here, and it's got this little adhesive on the back. I'm going to want to take that off, and this is right side up with the cable coming out of the bottom. And it's going to just feed its way through that hole there. And then we'll take this off, stick it in, and get it on there permanently with two 4mm screws. All right. And it should look like that when done. Now the instructions actually say to take this film off first. I'm not going to do that until we're right about to cover it back up again. I don't want to risk any kind of fingerprints or residue. Alright, next up, we're going to want to put these foam pieces in place. They're lens cover seals. And they're going to go right here. And now what's odd is in the instructions they look like they're different sizes, but they are not. They are identical. So we'll take the first one and we'll just peel the backing. Peel the backing off, if I can. There it goes. And that should just go right in here. Like so, right along that line. And the next one says to install vertically, like this. So when it's done, it should look something like that. And now we're going to replace this lens with this one. Quite a bit more clear here. Fairly simple. Just pop out these 4 screws, pull out that lens, take the plastic off of this one, pop it in, seal it back up. So let's go ahead and get that done. Alright, and with the new lens in place, we are ready to install this. First, we're going to take that protective cover off the camera lens, if you haven't already. And then we'll take these and we'll simply slide them into the appropriate slots. We would. And slide it to the left to lock it in place. And there you go. One camera fully mounted. Alright, now on the front cover panel, I'm going to take this cable and we're going to undo it and push the lead through this opening here so that it just comes all the way down. And then we're going to label it with the AM label. Alright, now I'm not sure if it matters or not, but the instructions do show it coming down the right side here. I'm guessing that will help keep it from getting caught up in the arm mechanism here. Alright, next up we're going to fit the ultrasound sensor cover here. Now that's going to go on the upper sensor right here. You just take these two screws out, slide this puppy up and in, and then put the screws back. Alright, there you go. One sensor in place, or sensor cover in place. Next up, we've got a lot more of these cable labels to put in place. Rather than force you to watch me go through all of that, I will simply put up the diagrams and go from there. Alright, with all the cables labeled, now we're going to plug them in and attach the appropriate panels. As before, I'm going to show you the diagram of where they're going to go, and then we will get it done. For the rotary sensor housing here, and what we're going to want to do is we'll take this base here, and we want it, you notice there's a slight angle here, and if you take a look at these pieces, one edge is perpendicular, one edge is angled. Kind of want to match it up so that the angle goes like this, so you get a nice even curve. And just slide this in same way, and then we can take the cover here, and we will simply place the cover on and two of the 6mm screws to hold it in place. Alright, and with this done, we'll bring the body back out, and what we're going to want to do is undo this one, and we're going to replace it with the new one. Now when you're putting the new one in, make sure that these screws are facing down. Just slide this in, and the curved part is facing the frame, unlike me. And then we'll just replace the screw, and it should look like that when you're done. Alright, this next bit is going to be a little bit tricky. First thing we want to do is take a look in the housing here, and you can see these brackets here. On the rear side of the brackets, we're going to want to put these mounting washers in place. And there's a little pin here and a screw hole, same on the other side. And the smaller hole here goes over the pin, larger one over the screw hole. Should line up just like that. And we do the same thing on this side. So it should look like that when we're done. Now we're going to fit the head motor in, and you're going to want to do it in this fashion with the shaft facing upwards and this cable here facing towards the rear of R2, and it should just line up nice and neat right along here with the pins helping keep it aligned. There we go. And we'll do 4 8mm screws with washers to hold it in place. Alright, that is what it should look like, mounted correctly. Alright, I'm not sure I can get a good camera angle of this right here, but the hole for the head motor cable is right in here. So that is the next step, to go ahead and plug this head motor cable in properly. All right, and now it is plugged in properly. All right, the first thing we're going to do here is take the microphone cable here, this, and we're going to weave it around so that it goes through here, under these cables, through here, and the plug ends up near that circuit board there. And it should look like that when you're done. All right, next up we're going to attach the dome pivot support. And remember the side that's got the extra lug sticking out here? That's going to go next to the lightsaber tube. And if you look up top here, you can see there are 4 holes on the bottom of this. We have these 2 pins. Those are going to go in the outer holes, and we should have screw holes lined up for the inner ones. And once you get one lined up, the others should fall into place. 6 of the 4mm screws to hold it in there permanently. Look at that. Huh, what an issue that was. Man, things are coming along nice and only 2 issues to go. Oh, I can't wait. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.